All right, let's talk Brock. So I've never seen a quarterback get defended more by general public than Brock after this game. I mean, like a quarterback on an offense that scores 3 points in a game. I mean, the whole world came to his defense. It was just, oh, it was wonderful. I mean, it really made my heart warm to see so many people stick up for this poor young man who is trying his hardest and means well. He is an earnest, well raised. He is a son and a husband and a father. And you cretins have the nerve to point the finger. You know what? When you're pointing the finger, there's 4 pointing back at you, buddy. Yeah. How dare you blame someone as pure as Brock? I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of Brock. I'm making fun of the people who come to his defense, like the white knights of Brock Purdy. How many times? I mean, if you see 1 ounce of criticism, Jason LeCan for him, you may not even know who that is, but he's like one of the old school Adam Schefter dudes. He used to have sources. I don't know if he still does. I don't know who he works for, but he used to be one of the guys who broke news, allegedly. And he had some slick comments about Purdy during the game. He's like, Purdy on primetime again. It's like, well, yeah, he has had some bad ones. He was good last week against the Bears. And then the comments are just so many people being like, oh, how could you say that about Brock? He doesn't need you to attest to his virtue, okay? He scored 3 points. He'll do better next time. Just let it. He needs to do better. Does he need help? Obviously. Kyle didn't help him. Christian didn't help him. Offensive line didn't help. Wide receivers didn't help. George Kittle for sure didn't help. But you can't just make excuses for him. What does he bring to the table? If he's by far the highest paid player on the team, then there needs to be something he can do to raise the offense somewhat. And in this game, I mean, how did he do that? 2 for 9 on third down. When you go back and watch the tape, I mean, there were multiple plays where there were checkdowns wide open that he didn't see. That horrendous throw to Juszczyk on 4th and 1, the dude was actually open. Brock didn't even see him because he was staring at the pass rush and moving around in the pocket. Ended up holding the ball for more than 3 seconds of play on average. What did Kyle Shanahan say a few weeks ago when I asked him about Phillip Rivers and what he likes about Phillip Rivers so much? Remember what he said? He said, you know, because my question was, how come a quarterback who's 44 can be better than some of these 22-year-old quarterbacks who have all the physical gifts in the world? And he said, kind of like almost an exact quote, you can't run away from good NFL defenses. Isn't that what he said? You can't run away from them. You got to get the ball out of your hands quickly. That's pretty much a direct quote. He said some people can do it and some people can't. It's a gift. He talked about it as if it was more of a gift than a skill. That it's something that some people like you can't necessarily teach. Like can Trey Lance do it? No. My God, Trey Lance. We'll talk about him another time. Poor Trey. Not so poor. Can Brock do it? I don't know. Sometimes he holds on to the ball a very long time. You know who doesn't? His backup, whose name I won't say because it upsets so many people. Brock, arguably his best performance of the season, arguably, was the game in Cleveland. Because that was a legit top-tier defense. And Brock didn't put up big numbers. He didn't throw for 300 yards. He didn't throw for 200 yards. He threw for like 160. And he was decisive. He didn't hold the ball a long time. When he did hold the ball a long time, he got out of the pocket and threw the ball away. And since that game, he's been making really good decisions with the football. But now I think he needs to make those decisions faster. I think part of the reason the Niners scored 3 points against the Seahawks is because he was indecisive. He had happy feet in the pocket. Were guys giving him, doing him favors? No. But when you go back and watch the film, there were open guys. in the flat underneath. And he's over here, I don't know, trying to be a playmaker, trying to extend the play. I don't know what he's trying to do. But he needs to play in this game against Philly like he did against Cleveland a few weeks ago. And that's throwing the ball away, making quick decisions. You can't run away from this defense. You can't hitch 3 times in the pocket against this defense, because if you do, you're going to lose and you're going to get hurt, because that's how you played against Seattle and you scored 3 points and you got hurt. And they say you're fine, but I wonder. I mean, they said that about you after you hurt your toe and they threw you back out there against the Jaguars. They said you were fine, but you weren't. So there's precedent. And I think it's funny how we've gotten to this point where, and I hate to keep bringing up this quarterback thing, but it's kind of a thing until it's not. And it's a thing again after 3 points. Why did Brock get the job back from Mac? Because he got paid. But other than that, other than we got to play the guy we paid, what was the rationale for bringing Brock back when they did? I mean, Mac had just played the best game of his entire career, 33-39 against the Rams. Well, we all saw the tape, right? Mac didn't throw that one pass to Demarcus Robinson deep. He checked it down for a first down, and that wasn't okay. How dare you take the first down, Mac, when you could maybe hit Demarcus Robinson for a touchdown? And there's truth to that, right? Like, you want the touchdown, and maybe Demarcus Robinson catches it. Maybe he doesn't drop it like he dropped the other ones that Mac threw him. So you got to go, right? You got to go. You're a check down merchant. Jimmy G 2.0. Let's get some explosive plays back in the offense, right? Here comes Brock. And whether it's his fault or the wide receiver's fault, I wouldn't even blame Brock. I would blame the wide receivers. It's the same reason Mac wasn't going down the field. Who are you throwing down the field to? So now Brock tries, forces the issue, throws a bunch of picks, and now he's back to, we're telling him, hey, man, will you just check it down? Will you just dink and dunk? That's what he needs to do, man. Get the ball out of your hands. They will hurt you. They hurt you before. They will hurt you again. You're probably not 100% healthy right now. Don't try to be a hero. Don't try to squirt through the B gap and make plays, man. You need to let your playmakers make plays. And if they aren't playmakers, then show the world that. Check it down to Christian McCaffrey and let him be on trial. And if he can't break tackles, then the team needs to get a new running back. But if you go out there and you try to play like Josh Allen and you turn the ball over and it's your fault and they lose, then the conversations are going to be super uncomfortable this offseason. And we're going to talk all offseason about, like, well, I don't know, would Mac Jones have won that game? I don't know. Would Mac Jones have won that game? Because you know what? I think Mac Jones might have beat Seattle. Yeah, I said it. Does that piss you off that I said that? I mean, I don't know. All he needed to score was 14 points. Did Mac ever score fewer than 14 points in a start with the Niners? No. Did he face a defense as good as Seattle? Yeah, he faced a defense as better than Seattle. He faced Houston and scored 15. Was that a lot? No. It would have been enough. And what did he do against Houston? He got the ball out of his freaking hands quick. That's what he does. He didn't try to run away from the defense. He checked it down. Because when you throw the ball in 2.5 seconds or less, even the best pass rusher in the league is not going to get there. So here we are again, asking Brock, pleading with Brock, can you please play like Mac Jones? But the problem is, he's shorter than Mac Jones. If the competition is play from the pocket against a ferocious defensive line, a big defensive line, Mac's better at that because he can see better. He can physically see the field better from the pocket. That's the truth. The reason that Kyle Shanahan is rolling him left and rolling him right, the reason that Brock Purdy is frequently looking to get out of the pocket, even when it's intact, it's a vision issue. So I'm asking you to play like Mac. I don't know that you can with those behemoths on the defensive line in Philly. We'll see. But I'm starting to wonder if good defensive coordinators have sort of caught up to what Kyle is doing with Brock. I mean, Mike Macdonald has it down. Is it that Mike Macdonald has Kyle's number, or is it that Mike Macdonald has Brock's number? Has Brock ever played well against Mike Macdonald? Yeah, that one game in Seattle in 2024. But then the second game in 2024 at Levi's was terrible. 3 picks in 2 games against the Seahawks this year. 4 or 5 picks against the Ravens in 2023. Is it just that Mike McDonald knows? Is Fangio going to do the same thing to him? We know Purdy had a good game against the Eagles 2 years ago, but that was when the Eagles had like the worst defense in the league. Now they have the top 3 defense in the league. It's a big game for Brock, man. Big game for Brock. You got to play well, and you're not going to get the grace 2 weeks in a row. Isn't it funny how everyone wrote off Sam Darnold last year? He had a great year. He was pretty much playing like an MVP, but then he didn't play well in week 18, lost, and then was 1 and done in the playoffs. Well, Brock, you could do the same thing. And again, people love you. You have a whole fan base that Sam Darnold doesn't have, and God love you for it. But that could all change, man. They don't love you that much. You're on trial after every game. And as we saw just a few days ago, 1 bad loss can undo 6 wins in a row. If those wins are against Tennessee and Cleveland and Indianapolis and Chicago. That being said, if Brock goes in and beats Philly, I don't give a damn if the Niners offense score 10 points and the defense holds Philly to 9. If Brock goes into Philly and finds a way to win this game, that would be instantly the most impressive playoff win of his career. Because I still don't think much of that win over the freaking Lions. The Lions beat themselves. They were running the ball at will. They came out in the second half, and Ben Johnson was like, what would Kyle Shanahan do? Oh, he would pass. So he did that. And then Brock Purdy threw the ball and hit the other team in the face mask. Brandon Ayuk had a lucky ladybug who like guided the ball into his arms. It was crazy, man. You had to be there. Hog20 says, did the Niners avoid KB to avoid paying bonuses? That's an interesting question. I know he got his 500 yard bonus, but I'm pretty sure he had a 600-yard bonus that he didn't make. He was at like 450 yards halfway through the season, and the 500-yard thing became really publicized, and I think the Niners didn't want to look cheap, but at the same time, they didn't get him to 600, did they? And they probably... That's the stuff that I don't get over. I can't get over with Kyle and his teams, the roster politics, man. Like, Kendrick Bourne was playing great and you shut him down. Jake Tonjes was playing great and you shut him down. And the football gods don't frown upon that. You can get away with that against the Bears' awful defense, but in a game you really need, the football gods thought you should have played Jake Tonjes and Kendrick Bourne, and because you didn't, you scored 3 points. That's what they told me. Vin Wynn said the only chance his team has this Sunday is for Saleh to stack the box and make Hurts use his hands. Otherwise, don't even bother to travel. Yeah. Look, Saleh was awful in this last game, but I would imagine Saleh would be like, okay, so my defense was bad, but even if we had made that stop on 3rd and 17, right? Let's say we make that stop on 3rd and 17 and force a punt. What was the offense going to do about it? What were they going to do? A whole bunch of nothing. So maybe the offense needs to show up. Partridge Mike says it's okay to rebuild. Why can't SF announce this, eat 2 years with sub 500 record and build a championship team as long as fans are aware? Because then you got to like give fans some kickbacks. You know what I mean? Lower prices, have less profits. And I don't think they're going to do that. Do you? Where is Tonjes and fast wide receiver fire these fools, says Seven Dennis. I don't know. Partridge Mike says with all other positions the same, can SF win a Super Bowl with elite offensive line? I don't think so. I think their wide receivers are terrible. I think that this team is more than like one position group away. Nick, I'm sorry. I've been kind of bipolar with this team this year, but that loss to the Seahawks was sobering. Nick H says, suit up, Grant. We need you out there Sunday. Hell no. Playing O-line and linebacker and quality control next to Kyle during special teams. No. My back hurts anyway. I don't even play football. VC Nick says the only reason we lost was the crap play. Oh, this is a good one. I'm going to read this one slow. VC Nick says the only The only reason we lost was the crap play calling. It wasn't the players' fault they had to run the worst plays that have been called all season. You hear that, Kyle? You hear that, Kyle? Abu Marco 23 says the winning plan is for Purdy to be captain, dink and dunk. The short 5-yard pass is the run game. 15 play drives, eat clock, keep our D off the field. The Mac Jones offense, man. This is what Mac Jones was doing, and everyone crapped on it. There was no run game. He had an extended run game, which was him checking down. It was absolutely necessary. It's what the Niners need in this game. Trade Pearsall over it, says Prabhu. Who wants Pearsall, man? What are you going to get for Ricky Pearsall? If you traded Ricky Pearsall for a draft pick, what would you get? Would you even get a third?